But guess who got another made-up award last night? Any guesses? That's right.
The president has done so much for the American people, and we want to honor him in some small way, some token of our appreciation for his leadership. And so tonight, we have created a new award.
You have? Come on, leave the guy. He created a new award. What is going on? I mean, what in the world? This guy can't figure out who should be more embarrassed. The guy who came up with the new award or the guy who proudly accepted the new award? Watch Mike Johnson here. You could almost feel his spine exiting his body.
But he is the suitable and fitting recipient of the first ever America First Award. We can think of no better title for what that is.
Did you try? Because I can come up with, how about the Leisman Trophy? That would be a better name. Or the B. Emmy would be good. The Nobel Peace of, you know what? I mean, but the Speaker of the House is correct. There could be no more deserving winner of this fictitious distinction you created specifically to tongue-bathe his undercarriage than Donald Trump. My favorite part of when they give Trump these awards is when he comes out with a look of surprise on his face, like, what? Another trophy for me? And the saddest part is he seems to be genuinely honored by these imaginary accolades.
Mr. President, come on out.
Look at him, how happy he is. All the grace and elegance of a gorilla at a wedding. And he's thrilled. He's thrilled. It's like, you know when you promise you buy your kids gummy worms if they have a good behavior day? It's like that. The statue they gave him, the statue itself, the inaugural America First Award, in recognition of our president's extraordinary need to win things every single day, is a golden eagle. And that is going on the mantle right next to his re-gifted Nobel Peace Prize and the Olympic gold medal he didn't win, and the 3 tournament championships he won at his own golf club. Are we sure he's building a ballroom with that money and not a $900 million trophy case? But Trump loves trophies. I mean, he even married one, during which he covered a wide range of subjects, including how bigly he's winning the war in Iran that isn't actually a war at all.
They want to deflect from all of the tremendous success that we're having in this military operation. I won't use the word war because they say if you use the word war, that's maybe not a good thing to do. They don't like the word war because you're supposed to get approval. So I'll use the word military operation.
That's right. That's right. It's not World War III he's getting us into. It's World Military Operation 3. At least he's upfront about the fact that he just brazenly disregarded the authority of all the people in that room. Oh, you need permission from Congress to start a war? I'll just call it a picnic then. And they'll give me an award for it. Not only did Trump get an award from Congress, he got a present from Iran. On Tuesday, he was bragging about this mysterious secret prize he got from the Iranians. He said he couldn't tell us what it was. And then, of course, during his cabinet meeting today, he couldn't hold it in anymore and told us what it was.
You know, I told you about a present, right? Steve, can I reveal the present?
You can do anything you want, sir.
They said to show you the fact that we're real and solid and we're there. We're going to let you have 8 boats of oil. 8 boats. 8 big boats of oil.
Let me get this straight. The country we are at war with, the country we are currently bombing, sent you a gift? And that gift is 8 big boats of oil? It's a Hanukkah miracle. Except from a country that hates Hanukkah and the people who celebrate it. 8 boats of oil is a gift you'd send Diddy, not the President of the United States. There's another story coming from inside the White House that says Trump is upset with JD Vance because JD Vance hasn't been supportive enough of his war. The story says Trump has been making snide, annoyed comments about JD in private, which, how great would it be if he fired JD Vance and brought back Mike Pence? Can he do that? Like when the original Becky came back to Roseanne. Trump touched on a number of topics at the cabinet meeting today, one of the most important being his thoughts when it comes to pens.
See this pen right here? This pen is an interesting reason. It's the same thing. So this pen is very inexpensive, but it writes well. I like it. But I can't have the pen the way it was. You know what it is. I don't want to give them too much publicity, but they do treat me well. Sharpie.
They do treat me well, Sharpie. he has exactly 0.02 seconds of impulse control. Are we the only country that has a national pen? They should call his a Dully. They should write Dully on every one of them. And he's going to be putting that pen to use. He's about to become the first sitting president to have his signature on money. To celebrate America's 250th anniversary, President and his pals in the MAGA media are not happy with me right now. Trump even called into Fox to complain about me tonight. His Apple polishers are all in a tizzy because I made light of the fact that his new head of Homeland Security, Mark Wayne Mullen, before he was a senator, was a plumber, and now he's the head of Homeland Security, which is not necessarily the kind of resume you might hope for the person in charge of protecting us from terrorism. Of course, they decided to twist that to say it was an insult to plumbers, which it was not. I wouldn't put a plumber in charge of Homeland Security for the same reason I wouldn't call a five-star general to pull a rat out of my toilet, okay? We all have our areas of expertise. So anyway, they went nuts about this. They went nuts on every channel. But I think that my favorite part of a bit of performative outrage came from a person named Rob Finnerty of Newsmax.
It did not take long for Jimmy Kimmel to mock our new Homeland Security Secretary, Mark Wayne Mullen, because Mullen was a plumber before he ran for Congress.
Before he was elected to the Senate, Mark Wayne Mullen was a low-level MMA fighter and a plumber. That's right. We have a plumber protecting us from terrorism now. Trump is going to keep looking.
Do you know how many people in America that offends, including myself? Do you know how many people that offends? Jimmy Kimmel, by the way, who's not funny or handsome or anything, okay? He's just a guy who makes a lot of money.
I like how important handsome is on his list. Not funny or handsome. I can barely even get a boner watching this guy. I'm so sorry you were offended, Rob. I didn't know you were such a sensitive snowflake. And by the way, you're a handsome guy. Had I known you were so delicate, I never would have suggested such a terrible thing.
You see, what people like Jimmy Kimmel never seem to understand is that people like Mark Wayne Mullen are exactly why 15 million illegals came into this country under Joe Biden. They want the American dream, and Mark Wayne Mullen is living it. And so are you, Jimmy. So cut him some slack.
Okay, I will. Listen, let me make this very clear. I'm not upset that the head of Homeland Security used to be a plumber. I'm upset that he isn't still a plumber, okay? And the best part of all of this, all the outrage from Finnerty and Hannity and the Five, is that I distinctly remember some very serious concerns resume-wise when it came to a certain former bartender from New York.
Before Ocasio-Cortez was elected to Congress, her resume is she was a bartender.
The Congresswoman is kind of like Vice President Kamala Harris, but with more bartending experience.
She has no idea where Venezuela is on a map because they don't teach geography in bartending school. Why the governor of Michigan is speaking in Munich on foreign policy, or AOC, who was a bartender a few years ago.
The bartender from Queens.
She may have been a good bartender.
That bartender.
She's a bartender. A former bartender.
Bartender turned politician.
29-year-old bartender.
I mean, this lady is less than 2 years removed from searching behind the bar for plant life when somebody ordered a root beer.
Well, on behalf of bartenders everywhere, we anxiously await your apology. You do the bartenders, I'll do the plumbers, okay?
Let me just make sure I understand what happened this week. President of the United States received a made-up award created specifically for him by the people who work for him. Mike Johnson stood up there with whatever is left of his dignity and presented a Golden Eagle trophy to a man who already has a shelf full of awards he didn't earn. A regifted Nobel Peace Prize, an Olympic medal he accepted from a female athlete during during Women's History Month, while simultaneously trying to ban women from sports. 3 golf tournament trophies from tournaments held at courses he owns where the other players presumably know who signs their paychecks. A FIFA Peace Prize at a building he renamed after himself. And now the America First Award in recognition of his extraordinary need to win things every single day. That is literally what they wrote on it. They put his psychological condition on a plaque and handed it to him like it was a compliment. And he came out like smiling, genuinely thrilled, because that is who is running our country. And then during his acceptance speech, he explained why he won't call his war a war. Not because it isn't a war, not because people are dying, not because 13 Americans haven't already come home in caskets, but because if he calls it a war, he needs permission from Congress. So he calls it a military operation instead. And then Congress gives him an award for it. This is not complicated. He started a war without asking anyone, admitted it publicly on camera, and received a trophy. George Washington had to answer to Congress. Abraham Lincoln had to answer to Congress. Donald Trump calls it a picnic and gets a golden eagle. And then Iran sent him a present. We are actively bombing a country. American pilots are flying missions over Iranian territory. American soldiers have died in this conflict. And the country we are bombing sent the president a gift. 8 boats of oil. 8 big boats. He couldn't even keep the secret for 24 hours. He had been teasing it for days. Said he couldn't reveal what it was. Built up the suspense like it was a prize on a game show. And then sat down at a cabinet meeting and announced it to the world. He gets a gift from the country that we are attacking. A country that is blocking a global shipping lane that is driving up your gas prices every single day. A country whose actions are threatening food supplies for more than 100 million people in that region. They sent him oil and he treated it like a birthday presents. And White House staffers were reportedly baffled, which at this point should be their permanent job title. Baffled White House staffer. It's a full-time position.